And I'm back with more dot hack GU. Busted Sakaki's nuts. That's one way of putting it. But he's no longer in the game. So, we need to go to Raven's at home. Because Pi said she's found Yata. So, we should do that. What level am I? 115. Yeah. It's been a while. Because I've been focusing on Persona the last couple of days. And as Libra and all the other shit. So, yeah. Time to play me a video game, a different video game, and all that.
So, Yada's doing fine in the real world?
Well, he's fine, but...
But what?
Master Yada has closed his heart because of the terrible shock of CC Corp's betrayal.
What's he doing now?
Right now, he's asleep. Having been robbed of his responsibilities to the GU, his pride is in ruins. He can no longer believe in anyone, not even me. I don't know what to say to him. I'm seeing if I can have his GU rights reinstated, at least for now.
We're counting on you. You're the only one we can ask to work with CC Corp.
Yes, I understand. That's why I'm here.
Okay. New virus targeting online games. Salvador Ihara released from hospice. Or, not hospice, hospital. That was my fault. Anyways. Chim stew. No. It's love! So, the girl's dream, or the wedding dream, that is the finale of Volume 3. We won't get to it for a while, but it is a thing. Yes, wolf howls. Big sis. Well, damn, kinda wish we had her. Duh, Bordeaux. Okay, those pictures are always nice. Regrets. That's serious again. Okay, PK. Puzzle. Alright.
Not your stew. That's just like Matsu. Well, now that's now syllabus. If canard manages to get any big.
Crowning ceremony. Huh. You're our star?
What's up with this email? For some reason, I feel a lot of personal passion in this writing.
The announcer dude? Yeah. The title match was rough, but good job. About Yada, he's still in the same state as I told you before. So, I'm not sure how I should tell you this, but the hardest thing for Yada to deal with is having his own abilities questioned. He's too talented, you see, and the most sensitive person there is. I'm not asking you to like him or even understand him, but just give him some recognition. So you're saying he's super talented, but super thin-skinned. I can be thin-skinned at times, but even I can just be like, dude.
It's not that I don't acknowledge him, but face it, the only one that can really understand him is you, Pi. And so, I'm leaving Yada up to you.
Congratulations on your victory in the Sage Palace. Looks like you got past Sakaki. I'm very pleased to see how much you've grown. Didn't it strike you as odd how Sakaki, a normal player, was able to absorb Ida's power by himself? The answer's simple. He got everything from me. The Ida particles, the means to control Ida's power, the strategy to manipulate CC Corp. The threat to spread Ida particles was just a bluff. You don't have to worry about that. I gave Sakaki particles at a time, each with instructions on their use. In other words, he didn't have any more particles to use. The aftershock of the data drain sent him into an outer dungeon where he self-destructed. And now you've overcome yet another of the challenges I sent your way. Congratulations, Haseo.
Oh, Vaughn. What are you hiding? No, wait. I have to forget what he might or might not be hiding. No way. I won't lose to you, no matter what.
I've got something for you to talk to you about. Come to Akolo's at home at Lumina Cloth.
I don't understand. What is it you want? Let's head to Lumina Cloth.
Alright. That's rare. It's rare for Taihaku to give two shits about other people. Interesting. Or, it's not that he doesn't, it's that he's so damn good at everything
At home.
that it just seems like he's above it all. But, Hmm. Right. I need those. Thank you. Could never have too many. Can never have too many heals.
Taihaku.
Come here.
Where?
This is the Sage Room. The private room of the Sage Palace Emperor. Despite everything that happened in the title match, its outcome still counts. Therefore, this room belongs to you, Haseo.
You seem to be awfully cool about all this. I mean, doesn't this bother you even a little bit?
I've no need for that.
What do you mean, no need? If that's how you feel, then why are you even in the world?
Who knows? Tell me, terror of death.
My software is being in rare form lately. Not liking it.
It leaves behind. Well,
I really have no idea. Back then, I didn't even try to fill that hole. All I did was run.
back then.
I think I'm better now than I used to be. But I'm still no good when it comes to thinking about voids and feelings of powerlessness and stuff like that. I guess that's why I'm always screwing up, and why everyone is always getting pissed at me. But you know, this is the only way I know how to live my life.
It appears that you have found a way to fill the empty void.
You think I have? I don't know. I can't really tell. What's...
I'll give this to you. You are most worthy of this place.
You know, I don't really want the Sage Room. See, I'm not multi-talented. I'm having enough trouble pulling Canard along as it is.
I see. I suppose that too is a path to follow.
Well, I'm going to head home.
Haseo. I leave Sirius and Alcade to you.
Right.
Haseo. What did the Forest of Pain teach you about life?
Huh? Wait, something to tell you.
A short mail. This is pretty courteous for one of Saku's messages. I wonder if something could have happened. Anyway.
Alright. Well, the fact that she even sent one at all is kind of... 140? Regular earned spell damage decreases magic. I mean, I don't use magic, but whatever. But yeah, nothing like my software being in rare form already. Alright, Backstreet, so. Sorry. Official police business. Huh?
Saku, what did you want to talk about?
So what do you want to talk about?
Well, here's the deal. I'm here to say goodbye.
What?
Where'd this come from? You mean you're quitting the world?
Yeah, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Yep, this is pretty much it for me. Oh, don't worry. Bo isn't gonna quit, so you won't have to go short on Epitaph users.
That's not the point.
Yeah, that's not what I'm worried about. I don't get it. Why are you saying you're going to quit all of a sudden? Did something happen?
The reason I'm quitting is because my job is done.
Your job?
Yeah, that's right, my job. Face it, now that you're here, there's no need for me anymore.
Wait a minute. Saku, what are you talking about?
You see, my body only exists here in the world. And my mind only exists inside of Bo.
So, you mean you don't exist in the real world?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, so that means Saku isn't Bo's twin sister, but is really another personality living inside of Bo? Seriously?
Bo's really clumsy, right? I mean, he gets picked on because of that, in both the real world and when he's playing online. The reason I was born was because Bo was always crying in his heart. So you see, I was born to protect Bo. But now, you're the one who's protecting Bo, Haseo. And Natalie and Kun are both looking out for Bo too. So, I guess this is the end of the line for me. I'll leave the rest up to you.
Hey, Saku.
You gotta promise me that you'll take real good care of Bo. I mean, I know he can be such a big crybaby, but he's a really good kid.
That's...
Wait, don't just decide this on your own.
This is not my field here.
It's time, right? You're his big sister, aren't you? Shouldn't you take care of your little brother until the end?
But Haseo, I was never supposed to exist. I'm no longer needed.
Not needed? Don't be so stupid!
But Master N and Bo, as long as they have you, they'll be just fine. And besides, nobody I know would be sorry to see me leave. Nobody in the whole world. There's nobody in the whole world who'd be sad if I wasn't here.
But that's not true! If you leave, Bo will...
I don't care what you say to me! I said I'm going, and I'm going, and that's that! I'm not doing a thing you say, you stupid busybody!
Saku! Saku's leaving. It's not right. What about Bo? I mean, he loves his big sister so much, he'll be crushed. Come on, Saku.
So, let me leave here for a second. Okay. Now, that scene is a bit rough because what Bo is suffering from is known as dissociative identity disorder. It is not schizophrenia. That's something different. I've taken psychology courses and whatnot, so I know the difference. But by and large, what they described is basically what that is. Bo is too much of a to handle things on his own. I mean, he's a kid and he's been bullied. Suffering from dissociative identity might make sense. And I don't know if his parents have actually noticed, because apparently Saku only exists in the world because it's a crutch. Maybe they have, maybe they don't. We never see Bo's parents, so we don't know what that entails. But I understand why they did this. And I also understand the reasoning behind why you're doing this now. Saku being what she was has everything to do with trying to find a place in the world and trying to find other things to justify her existence. She no longer feels she has a place. But the way the game processes this is she's going to send you emails going forward. And if you're so inclined, you can just ignore her and Saku is gone. Just completely. It changes fairly little of the plot. A couple of scenes here and there later show her returning and whatnot, and you can keep using her as a separate character. That is the mechanical advantage, the choice, the difference. So it's basically like taking a character and just getting rid of them for good. The moral implication is what interests me, and that's why I've always kind of said this game attacks it in an interesting way. For all my faults with stuff like, say, Hiragi being a one-note joke and whatnot, the way they've dealt with Entrance was an interesting take on pansexuality, homosexuality, whatever Entrance's preferences are. It is played for laughs on some occasions, but by and large, it's not really meant for laughs. This is the same sort of situation. If Haseo was mean, what I could have seen him do was ignore it. And just say, Saku's dumb, this is really dumb, you shouldn't do that, you know, whatever, you're a piece of shit. The fact that he immediately put aside any of feelings that Saku had for him and whatever, and immediately goes, no, I know Bo, this is a terrible idea, I don't want this to go on. That shows Haseo having grown, because he would have ignored it like nothing back in Volume 1. But it also shows good understanding by the writers, because dissociative identity disorder is not something you can just pawn off as some joke, right? It is a legitimate mental disorder, and it's not something that a person playing an online game should be equipped to handle. But telling somebody not to believe something or to deny something just to man up or whatever, you know, you're telling a 9, 10, 11-year-old boy, 12, I don't know, to lose a part of himself. That would have been very mean-spirited. That would have been something that a lesser game would have probably done, and I would not have appreciated that. It's not saying that I have ever had it or anything like that. It's that, again, Haseo is not equipped to handle this sort of situation. We don't have access to Bo's parents. We only know that he's been bullied in school. That's the only interpretation we ever get from him, other than the character that we see. This very meek, weak-willed character who's trying to be friendly with everybody else, but apparently is dealing with some shit and trauma. So, the party should not be telling somebody, yeah, get the fuck out. That is something a doctor should do. That is something their parents, with their doctors, should handle. And that is something that the person should decide for themselves. The tact that the game is choosing is to say, I don't want any parties involved to be involved in my decision. I don't want to have any part to do of this, but if I'm involved in any way, I'm going to say, Bo would prefer having Saku around, at least for the intermediate time, the immediate time, and say, until he is ready to let go, if he ever is, that is a decision he has to make. That, or doctors, or medication, or whatever form of thing that he needs. If he even needs it. If it's something he doesn't need, Saku should still be around just because that is his decision to make. No one else's. Nobody else around him other than a qualified physician should make that call. And even then, you have to have the sort of tact to go around that. It's a complicated situation, right? And it's not something that I want to make light of, even if, say, Saku and Bo have not been my favorite characters. It's one of those things where it's like, even this little bit here is telling you, alright, there's something here. And we're trying to broach it, but we're also trying to do it with some tact. Because our main character is not just saying, fuck you, Saku sucks. He understands that that's not his wheelhouse, that is not his decision to make. So he's going to do his very best, and I am, as a person and as a character, going to say, you need to stay around for Bo's sake until the time when Bo has accepted that he no longer needs it, if he does. So I give the game credit for trying something. And again, we'll be seeing Saku's emails here and there, and if at any point you just ignore her or you tell her off, she's gone. You know, she essentially, for lack of a better term, dies, and Bo is left alone. I know that's kind of, but that's the way the system is working. But anyway, I wanted to get that out there now because that was always something that was going to come up, and I knew it was going to come up. So I'm glad that the game got to that, and I was able to kind of express my opinion on it. It is a touchy subject, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. So anyway, I'll call it here. I know I didn't really do much in the game stuff, but this kind of warranted stopping. So I'll get to the next bit in the next episode.